Hello everyone, you're watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai with me Sagarika. Well, Ke Aaja Ghar Mai is a daily live show which comes to you every Sunday to Friday 12:30 देखि 1:30 सम्म live on Kantipur TV HD. र यो शोमा हामी कुराकानी गर्छौं about various aspects of our lifestyle, हाम्रो well-being को बारेमा, home affairs, fashion, food, fitness, in fact even emotional well-being को बारेमा पनि हामी कुराकानी गर्छौं. र आज सुरुवात हामी गर्न गइरहेको छौं about our emotional well-being. Well, physical need or हाम्रो physical health मा त हामी सबैजना we've become very much aware. We know what to eat, what are the do's and don'ts and everything, but when it comes to our emotional or psychological needs, we still lack to make it good. In fact, हामी conscious efforts कतिपय नलगाइरहेको पनि हुन्छौं, कतिपय चाहिँ we don't realize that even हाम्रो emotional health is also, our mental health is also equally important भनेर. So आज हामी सुरुमा कुराकानी गर्न गइरहेको छौं about our mental health. In fact, as we're going to talk about people, we're going to talk about how to deal with people who emotionally drain us. Now again, emotionally draining or emotional draining bhaneko chai could be a new concept to a lot of people, but let me simplify it first. Now katipay ke huncha bhane whenever we interact with certain people in our family or in our friend circle or even in our work, certain people sanga kura gardakheri chai after you're done with the conversation, you're left with a lot of emotional baggage. You're very physically exhausted, you're emotionally exhausted, in fact you're very disturbed. So yadi if you can also relate to it, if you also think that this has happened to you, then yes, you're emotionally drained by certain people. Now there are certain people, just like say, because of their own psychological needs, because of their own condition, people become emotionally draining as well. In fact, katipay say, a lot of them, they don't even realize that they are actually those energy vampires or emotional vampires. Why I'm calling them vampires is because they actually drain someone else's energy and someone else's, they make them feel very drained. Now again, emotionally draining people ko characteristics haru pani ekdam distinctly hamle tha pauna pani saksau. At the same time, if we see that characteristics in ourselves or in somebody, then we can always tell them to change, we can always inform them as well. Ra sath sathai afuma cha bhane pani we can always change them. So energy draining ko kura gardakheri pani katipay chai ke huncha bhane whenever you're talking to somebody, you feel like what am I doing talking to her or him, or mero time waste bhayo jastai, or bekarko tension bhayeko jastai, or you just feel so imbalanced, you feel so you feel like something is so wrong. Ra katipay chai chaine nachaine kuraharu dekhi liera they talk about things that is not related to you, they talk about things that's not required for you to know. Ra katipay chai ke pani huncha bhane afulai chaine information bhanda pani ekdam exaggerate garera, overly hyped up garera pani they present the information, which will completely disturb you as well. Now again, talking about the distinct traits of emotionally draining people, number one is their excessive need for validation and attention. Well, dherai jana chai yesto attention seekers haru, attention seeking people haru pani huncha, who always want to be the center of attraction, who always want to make sure that everybody is only listening to them, or who always thinks that he's the only person who can just go on speaking, go on talking whatever he wants. Now again, of excessive need of validation, need of attention le garda chai unaharule jani what they do is they try to create a big scene, they try to create all this gossip, or in fact sano kura lai pani ekdamai exaggerate garera thulo banaera they tend to spread it among the friend circle or family circle as well. Ra sath sathai if there's no drama, then they'll start creating drama, which again is very funny because they'll actually do it. Katipay chai ke huncha bhane if everything is very quiet, if everything is very sorted out, jani they tend to choose topics which will create a reaction from someone else, or which will make someone else feel uncomfortable, or katipay chai jani ne tyo anger or pity or kunai pani kisimko hatred ko chai jun feelings haru chai emotions haru ल्याइदिने काम पनि these emotionally draining people tend to do. Ra sath sathai they also have a lot of jun public display of emotions. For example, they tend to be super loud, they tend to be super angry at times, katipay react गर्न नपर्ने कुरामा पनि they tend to react, and then they create a scene because they want that attention from everyone, they want that validation also, and yeah, like I said, they want to be the center of attraction in the room. Now another thing is these emotionally draining people, they always tend to victimize themselves. Now when I say victimize, what they do is कतिपय जस्तै अघि मैले भनेको traitsहरूले गर्दा चाहिँ a lot of people, they tend to move away from them. A lot of people would not like to be associated with them. So what these people do is they victimize themselves. They think that, you know, everybody else is wrong and I am right. They don't see कि आफूमा के कमी छ भन्ने उहाँहरूले कहिले पनि देख्नुहुन्न. And what they tend to do is they tend to go to the new circle. In fact, पहिलाको circle, if they start avoiding you, then they find new circle, new friends group, and then उनीहरूलाई गएर चाहिँ, you know, they tell them that you know, I was such a good girl, but then she did this, he did this and that भनेर. So they tend to victimize themselves as well, which is very, very bad. र यस्तो you know, if somebody has been doing this to you, somebody has been blaming you for no reason, यतिकै तपाईलाई पनि blame गरिरहेको छ भने the ideal reaction would always be to not say anything, not go and fight, not create a scene, but just let it be, because eventually the other group or the other person will also find out that it's that person's fault and that person has been doing it with everybody else. Now, the next characteristic of an emotionally draining person would be lack of self-awareness. Now, these kind of person, they'll never realize कि आफूमा mistakes, so they'll never try to self-evaluate themselves. They will never try to ponder upon what their actions might have caused or what kind of problems he or she is causing. They never tend to realize. Like I said, they always victimize themselves and they always think that they are right and the entire world is wrong. So yeah, these are some of the traits of emotionally draining people as well. And you know, they're also called emotional vampires. Pani हामी भन्छौं हैन. र यो energy drain if you know people like that, then it's really difficult, because we have to live in a society, we have to live in a workplace, we have to be you know, a mutual understanding, respect huna jaruri cha. So it's really important that you know how to cope up with this kind of situation and scenarios, because every time cut off गर्ने मान्छेलाई आफ्नो लाइफबाट cut off गर्ने मात्रै is not the situation, because at times you might need to, you know, have that social connection चाहिँ हुन एकदमै important पनि छ. So if you come across these kind of people, then I have some tips on how to handle energy draining people, which is really, really important for your mental health. If you want to be happy in a surrounding, then you should know how to deal with different kind of people. So yes, energy draining people सँग कसरी cope up गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ, number one is always smile at them. Smile at them in terms of a friendly smile. It does not have to be a fake, elaborate one. You don't have to go and mingle up with them. Just smile from a distance. Make sure that you feel comfortable. Make sure that you make that person feel comfortable. Otherwise, they might just create a scene. They might, if you don't smile at them, if you don't talk to them, then they'll actually go on talking rubbish about you. They might actually create a big scene. They might come to you, and a lot of drama might happen. So to avoid that, look at them, just smile, say hello, maybe a few words of courtesy, and leave. I think that is the best solution, because alikati social, mature reactions, this is the best thing, just smile at them. Number two would always be reduce contact. Now, reducing contact would be any kind of contact. For example, you should keep your boundaries. You should know कि कति limit सम्म चाहिँ बोल्ने. You should know, if you should not be, you know, continuously texting or chatting with them. You should not be continuously calling them up and talking to them. So make sure कि contact चाहिँ अलिकति कम गर्नुभयो हुन्छ. यहाँले कुराकानी in terms of you know, verbal communication, in terms of physical contact, you know, धेरै नजिक friendship यदि यहाँले अझै पनि राख्नु भयो भने चाहिँ it might actually drain you completely emotionally. So just make sure कि अलिकति distance maintain गर्नु, but does not mean that you cut them off completely, because come on, you don't want to, you know, lose friends like that completely. But yeah, just make sure कि अलिकति distance maintain गर्नुस् and show your boundaries, set up your boundaries so that that person also knows कि धेरै close हुनु आयो भने चाहिँ you should just know when to stop. The other thing would always be stay in a group of 3 or more, or in fact, कतिपय चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने, you know, these emotionally draining people, they always tend to target people who are alone or who are like a little aloof, because then they are the easy targets. So just make sure that you are in a group whenever you go to parties, whenever you attend parties. Make sure you talk to other people as well. Make sure that you have a good connection with everybody, so that you know, these people do not just come and talk to you, or even if they come and talk to you, then you're not the only person to handle them. There's someone else around you and you feel protected. So yes, stay in groups and make more friends, friends who are positive, friends who are good influence in your life. Now, the other part would always be stick and discuss upon lighter topics, or lighter topics as in movies, weather, fashion, food. I think food is a good topic as well. So just talk about anything light. Whenever these people, they come and tend to have a conversation with you, don't get into the details. Don't talk about the gossips, because once you start talking about all these things with them, they tend to over exaggerate it. They tend to add all the masalas everywhere and make it all spicy and juicy and give you the best gossip. So the best thing would be stay away from them in terms of all this. Make sure that you don't have this kind of conversation with them, and stick to movies, stick to general topics like maybe weather or anything, and don't argue with them. And also don't talk about very harsh topics like एकदमै argumentative topics हरु कुनै पनि topic ma argue गर्ने, debate गर्ने, talking about politics and going haywire. I think that's a big mistake. So just stick to general happy topics, talk about the interior, talk about the decoration, talk about the food and the drinks, and just stick to normal conversation. But at the same time, if this emotional draining person is from your workplace, then work parties might say, please make sure that you don't discuss about all the work and work people especially, because you don't want to be creating a big scene. You don't want to have that bad vibe with other colleagues that you have. So just make sure that you stay away, or just talk about something very random. Now, the next point would always be think positively in their presence. For example, if you have that, if you're mentally strong, if you're mentally prepared, ki as a pani that person is going to come to me and then he's going to say this and that, mentally prepared hunu bhayo bhane chai, what you can do is you should be a little strong, you should be a little affirmative, ra afuma nai त्यो एक किसिमको आफूमा नै strength हुनु पर्छ कि this negativity will not get inside me, or this negativity will not affect me भनेर चाहिँ you have to be mentally prepared पहिला नै. For example, if you have to meet that person in a day-to-day life, college ma, school ma, work ma, घर ma, wherever it is, neighborhood ma, so just make sure कि उले whatever he says, I will not get influenced, I will not spoil my relationship with someone else just because उले आएर जे पाइते भन्यो भन्दैमा, you have to make sure that you don't spoil your relationship with someone else, and you have to make sure कि त्यस्तो negativity ले आफूमा low confidence हुने देखि लिएर आफ्नो नै self esteem लाई चाहिँ म कम हुन दिन्न भनेर पनि सोच्नु चाहिँ एकदमै it's really important. And like I always say, be pretty, not petty. Petty कुराहरुमा, सानो कुराहरुमा अल्झेर बस्नु चाहिँ भएन. Instead, be pretty, be happy, and take life as it comes, because obviously if एकजना मात्र त्यस्तो friends छ भने पनि I'm sure you'll find someone else. In fact, धेरैजना you'll find people who are actually very supportive to you, who are actually very nice to you as well. So yeah, I think these were some of the tips also. र साथसाथै यसको साथसाथै what you can also do is आफ्नो day-to-day life मा पनि you can bring changes. If you've been friends with this kind of people for a long period of time, then I'm sure यहाँ पनि emotionally drained भइसक्नु भएको छ होला. You also feel very exhausted emotionally. So yeah, just break the habit of interacting with them for a long period of time. Instead, go for cleaning your house, go for gardening, listen to music, dance a little, go for exercising, or anything that keeps your mind fresh. In fact, read a lot of books, go and watch movies, do anything that makes you happy. And yeah, so these were some of the tips of how to keep yourself emotionally happy as well. र आफ्नो emotional and mental well-being मा पनि एकदमै ध्यान राख्नु होला, because these are the things that only you can bring a change for. आफ्नो body मा चाहिँ emotional needs or आफ्नो mental health लाई चाहिँ आफैले मात्र ध्यान दिएर we can be better and we can enhance it. So I think with that it's time that I take my first break. र break पछि we will be talking about Newari cuisine. So if you want to know more about Newari food, then stay tuned and keep watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai. Welcome back. You're watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai with me, Sagarika. Hamile first segment ma we talked about our emotional health. It's time that we talk a little about food as well. I think there's nothing that makes us happier than food. Food ma pani, there's so many varieties, especially hamro culture ma we're so rich in different kinds of cuisine and different varieties of food items as well. Aaj चाहिँ हामीले specifically Newari food मा चाहिँ हामीले फोकस पनि गरेको छौँ र नेवारी फुड भन्ने बित्तिकै इट इज वान अफ द मोस्ट पपुलर क्विजिन नेपालमा पनि र नट ओन्ली नेपाल इभन बाहिरबाट जब फरेनर्सहरू आउनुहुन्छ उहाँहरू पनि दे रियली लभ टु टेस्ट द नेवारी क्विजिन र एउटा जुन नेवार कम्युनिटी नेवारी एथनिक ग्रुपको यो फुड पनि रहेको छ र yes I think a lot of people they love having Newari food. In fact अहिले त झनै since it is easily available in so many restaurants, it has gained a lot of popularity among young people, among youths as well. Newari food bhanne bittikai, you know, I love how there's so much of variety. Jun ekdamai suru dekhi last summer, in fact, jun dessert summer ko lagi पनि there's so much of variety, there's so much going on. At the same time, you know, spices haru dekhi liera aroma haru dekhi liera dish haruko कुरा गर्ने भए पनि there are so many things. For example, jun एउटा typical Newari bhoj ma especially jun lapte bhoj pani bhancha testo bhoj ma चाहिँ, you know, you can see that the food keeps on coming and coming. I mean there's so much that they serve you ki I think त्यो serve गर्ने list पनि कहिले पनि सकिँदैन र at the same time त्यो food को entire you know plate पनि कहिले पनि खाली हुन्न because it's always coming and coming and it's such a delicious you know, delicacy as well. It's such a delight to have Newari food. But Newari food ma pani I'm sure you all have your own preferences. Sabai bhanda common bhaneko chai jun bara or wo or bara pani bhanincha chatamari or chhela chai I think those are very very popular dishes. But apart from them also there are so many other things. For example, jun sanya khuna bhanne euta dish pani cha yo chai euta kasto dish huncha bhane it's like a jelly haina it's completely त्यो एकदम jelly form ma huncha. It's very soft also. तर it's actually made up of meat or fish. In fact, fish ko pani huncha. So what happens is Sanya khuna bhaneko चाहिँ it's actually meat soup with fish पनि हो र त्यसलाई चाहिँ जमाएर त्यसलाई चाहिँ you know अलिकति you know it is like takha bhaneko जस्तै हुन्छ but takha again is meat jelly र buffalo meat र bones are cooked separately for you know quite some time, just 3 to 4 hours देखि चाहिँ buffalo meat र bones लाई सँगै cook गरेपछि चाहिँ they both warmed एउटा broth जस्तै form मा राखेपछि अलिकति dried fish पनि त्यसमा add गरिसके पश्चात what they do is they add a lot of red chilies pani त्यसमा एकदमै dried red chilies haru pani राख्छ and then it is allowed to settle for quite some time र त्यसपछि चाहिँ it is actually set into jelly र यो usually cold season मा पनि धेरै खाइन्छ र at the same time in fact अहिले त it's easy to freeze them so it's not a big deal but yeah पहिला चाहिँ धेरै जस्तो cold season मा पनि यो खाइन्थ्यो र it's a very nice dish. It's like jelly and once you have it it's you know it melts in your mouth. So yeah, there's a burst of flavors in your palate as well and it's really tasty. But similarly arko dish bhaneko chai aloo tama. Now again, who doesn't know of aloo tama? One of my personal favorites. Aloo tama is actually a curry made of potatoes and bamboo shoots. Ra sath sathe haku choila is a very you know a very spicy ground meat which is actually you know it's very very common as well. Choila ko pani कति धेरै different varieties haru pani huncha र haku choila चाहिँ एउटा typical Newari cuisine is never complete without haku choila. र साथ साथै senla mu is also a very popular dish. Senla mu bhaneko चाहिँ is actually liver which is steamed and sautéed and I think yeah this is also very tasty. I might not know the proper pronunciation but you know I assure you that I love having all the Newari cuisine. र साथ साथै अर्को चाहिँ swan puka पनि हुन्छ which actually means lungs filled and fried. So yes, this again is my very favorite. Swan puka means lungs जुनलाई चाहिँ it is filled with the batter and then it is fried and it's deep fried and it's very tasty. Another thing is bhutan. I think bhutan again is very common dish. Ra bhutan say it's basically fried intestine or other junior abdominal parts or say it's actually made into a dish and it's very nice. Ra sath sathai main is also a dish which actually means tongue pieces which is fried. Now I've actually tasted you know one of these things jun चाहिँ like tongue lai pani त्यो part lai pani it's steamed or fried and it's whatever you wish to have it. So yeah, I think these were some of the names. I think I still need to get the names correct but after watching this video we'll have more information on Newari cuisine. So let's have a look and we'll be right back. So यो चाहिँ एकदमै बेसिक जुन प्ल्याटरमा चाहिँ सर्भ गरिएको थियो. It was very basic, but then एउटा complete Newari platter हेर्ने हो भने चाहिँ there are so many other things as well. र यसमा चाहिँ mostly हामीले चिउरा पनि देख्यौँ र चिउरा is usually eaten in a typical Newari bhoj पनि र साथसाथै हामीले भटमास पनि देख्यौँ. So भटमास was also another very commonly used ingredient in a Newari dish. र one really good thing about a Newari platter is that it contains a completely balanced diet food. For example, saag dekhi, aloo samma, masu dekhi, dahi samma, everything is there. In fact, everything has its own significance as well. Now again, talking about some other dishes jun Newari cuisine ma available cha, arko dish bhaneko chai I think juju dhau. So juju dhau or dahi which is a special kind of sweet dahi that is made especially in Bhaktapur. यो जुजु धाउको पनि एकदमै सिग्निफिकेन्स रहेको छ नेवारी फुडमा र धेरै जना चाहिँ टाढा टाढा देखि पनि भक्तपुरसम्म गएर जुजु धाउको खरिद गर्न पनि जानुहुन्छ because they have this craving for it and it's everybody's favorite dessert. र साथसाथै mashaura is also another really important dish in a Newari cuisine. Mashaura actually means black lentils and shredded vegetables that are sun dried and used to make tasty curry. Basically एकदमै lump kind of round shape को lump जस्तै पनि हुन्छ and it is a sun dried dish made up of shredded vegetables and black lentils. र साथसाथै lentils के कुरा गर्ने भने bara or wo is also there, especially bara भनेको चाहिँ it's fried donut type को snack जस्तै पनि हुन्छ भने wo चाहिँ it's like deep fried गरेर पनि हामीले bara खान सक्छौं भने wo लाई चाहिँ is again another lentil based cake type को जुन snack चाहिँ रहेको छ. र again अब bara भन्ने बित्तिकै chatamari is also there. Chatamari might be some a lot of people's favorite dish as well. In fact, Newari pizza pani bhanera chatamari lai pani chinincha. It's something like a pancake as well. Ra chatamari pani it's like rice flour le baneko pancake jastै हुन्छ र त्यसलाई पनि you can have different topics. कतिपयले चाहिँ plain chatamari पनि खान रुचाउनुहुन्छ भने a lot of people like to add some veggies on top. Some people like it with minced meat जुन किमा राखेर पनि खानुहुन्छ. And again, this is a very nice idea. र साथसाथै अर्को भनेको चाहिँ छोइला. Again, छोइला is everybody's favorite and छोइला भन्ने बित्तिकै it's very grilled, एकदम spicy meat cuisine पनि हो र usually चाहिँ अब even buff meat मा or chicken meat मा पनि बनाउन सकिन्छ र काठमाडौँ भरि पनि it is a very very famous beverage with a lot of snacks. So yes, these were some of the Newari cuisines. If you're also watching us live on Facebook, then you can also let us know what is your favorite Newari cuisine or ke चाहिँ cuisine मा पनि what is your favorite item भनेर पनि you can let us know. र साथसाथै Newari cuisine भन्ने बित्तिकै it reminds us of all those typical bhojहरू type को which where all the family members are gathered together to eat the cuisine and everybody is having a merry time. र साथसाथै अर्को मलाई एकदमै मन पर्ने भनेको चाहिँ जुन समय बजी भनेर पनि हुन्छ, स्पेशली एउटा कुनै पनि फेस्टिभ ओकेजनमा चाहिँ समय बजी भनेर पनि खान्छ, where there's again entire एउटा प्ल्याटर जस्तै पनि एउटा डिशको entire form पनि हुन्छ. र again नेवारी भोजहरूको त I think it's very very popular among everybody about how much fun नेवारी भोजमा कति रमाइलो हुन्छ भनेर पनि I think it's there. So yeah, I think these were some of the dishes. And again Yomari, in fact 2-3 दिन अगाडि मात्र पनि we had this festival जहाँ चाहिँ हामीले Yomari पुने भनेर पनि मनाइन्थ्यो. So Yomari is also another very very important dish. र Yomari खानुको significance पनि के हो भन्दा since it is filled with chaku which is very very good for winters, Yomari त्यो कारणले पनि it became a culture of having Yomari. र साथसाथै यस्तो किसिमको अरु पनि थुप्रै festivals-हरुमा पनि Yomari बनाइन्छ. In fact even birthdays-हरुमा पनि I've seen a lot of Newar families-हरुले चाहिँ Yomari लाई पनि use पनि गर्छ. र साथसाथै बर्थडेमा चाहिँ इनफ्याक्ट योमरीको माला बनाएर पनि लगाउने चलन पनि छ. इट्स very very nice and very it's really nice. र even numbers usually 2 4 6 8 10 12 numbers of years मा चाहिँ हामीले यसरी योमरीको माला लगाउने पनि चलन छ, which again is very, in fact it's very interesting to find out more about it. पक्कै पनि कुनै दिन हामी यसको बारेमा पनि कुरा गर्ने नै छौं. र साथसाथै I think हाम्रो कल्चरलाई पनि यसले देखाउँछ. It also shows us how rich we were in culture. र आजको शोमा नेवारी cuisine मात्र हैन कि नेवारी interiors, in fact कसरी पहिलादेखि चलि आएको घरहरुमा चाहिँ कस्तो किसिमको typical नेवारी interiors हुन्छ भन्ने बारेमा पनि हामी कुराकानी गर्छौं. But for that you'll have to catch us after the short break. Welcome back. You're watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai र हामीले नेवारी क्विजिन को बारेमा ब्रेक को अगाडि कुरा गरिसक्यौं भने अब हामी कुराकानी गर्दैछौं नेवारी आर्किटेक्चर नेवारी इंटेरियर को बारेमा. Now again, you know, I think maybe a decade ago, maybe 10 years ago सम्म पनि घरमा फर्निचर्स हरु or interior designing को लागि कुनै पनि किसिमको you know फर्निचर्स हरु चाहिएमा चाहिँ we used to go to carpenters र उहाँहरुलाई भनेर चाहिँ local carpenters, in fact we would get furnitures from them and you know आफूले भनेको जस्तै गरेर बनाइन्थ्यो भने अहिले चाहिँ a lot of accessories, a lot of these interior items, a lot of these furnitures are you know are ready made in markets. Usually हामीले कुनै पनि एउटा शपमा गएर we just pick up something and it's not customized anymore. एकदमै कतिपय त एकदमै कमन पनि हुन्छ. You go to every house and there's similar kind of sofa, there's similar kind of tea table. So यस्तो किसिमको पनि अहिले बिस्तारै पनि हुँदै आएको छ र साथसाथै कस्टमाइजेसन को पनि obviously trend चाहिँ अहिले बढ्दै आएको छ. A lot of people like their you know furnitures getting customized, especially आफ्नो interior designers हरुसँग आफ्नो architect हरुसँग consult गरेर पनि यस्तो designs हरु चाहिँ बनाउन सकिन्छ र usually you know अहिले चाहिँ जुन यो interior designing को work or your profession लाई पनि एकदमै seriously लिन्छ र घरमा पनि if you are making a new house, if you are renovating your house, then people you know they tend to hire interior designers so that they can enhance their space in the best way possible. Now again, people are not only concerned कि आफ्नो घर र आफ्नो अफिसलाई बाहिरको स्ट्रक्चर और बाहिर कस्तो देखिन्छ मात्र हैन कि भित्र आएपछि what is the ambience, what is it trying to display, आफ्नो पर्सनालिटीलाई कसरी आफ्नो घरमा झल्काउन सकिन्छ, कसरी आफ्नो गेस्टहरु आउँदाखेरि पनि how to make them feel like wow this is such a unique house or this is such a beautiful house भन्ने कसरी feel गराउने भन्ने तर्फ पनि a lot of people are really you know into it. र when we talk about जुन यो नेवारी culture or नेवारी हिस्ट्री हेर्ने हो भने पनि we can see in fact अहिले पनि धेरैवटा घरहरुमा एन्शियन्ट टाइपको घरहरुमा चाहिँ हामीले देख्न सक्छौं कि झ्यालहरुमा ढोकाहरुमा चाहिँ एकदमै धेरै वुड को पनि युजेज भइरहेको हुन्छ. वुड कार्विङ्सहरु सानसानो बुट्टादेखि लिएर डिटेल माइन्युट डिजाइन्स बीट अफ यु नो सर्टेन फ्लावर्सहरु देखि लिएर इभन एनिमल्सहरु सर्टेन सिम्बल्सहरु पनि हामीले ढोकाहरुमा देख्न सक्छौं र झ्यालमा पनि आँखी झ्याल भनेर एकदमै पहिला पपुलर पनि थियो र इट वाज भेरी कमन इन lot of people's houses. र अहिले पनि you know यो modern architecture मा पनि धेरै जनाले चाहिँ if they want a little bit of mix of these Newari culture in their house then wood लाई चाहिँ धेरै प्रयोग गर्नुहुन्छ. In fact not only झ्याल ढोकामा but furnitures हरुमा आफ्नो टी टेबल सोफा हरुमा पनि यस्तो wood को carvings हरु गर्ने चाहिँ धेरै चलन पनि आएको छ र साथसाथै even you know there was this trend कि पहिला चाहिँ त्यो wall hangings हरुमा पनि wooden certain एकदम architectural type को you know ancient looking materials हरु use गर्ने र अहिले पनि it is actually in trend. र traditionally कुरा गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ पहिला एकदम aesthetically पनि एकदमै rich पनि हुन्थ्यो. हाम्रो हेर्दाखेरि पनि it used to look very classy, very rich, very sophisticated. For example जुन यो नेवारी architecture को चाहिँ it also had certain uses पनि थियो र at the same time हेर्दा पनि it was very beautiful. For example, these you know telia tiles पनि भनिन्छ. यो telia tiles or oil based bricks like चाहिँ flooring को रूपमा पनि use गरिन्थ्यो भने at the same time you know यो telia tiles are very cheap, it's safer also र most modern flooring options हरुमा चाहिँ यो use गरे भने carpet राख्ने पनि carpet राख्नको लागि पनि there's no need for it. So yes, I think we have some pictures पनि which is related to all of this जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो घरमा पनि हामीले यो pictures हरु हेरेपछि चाहिँ अलिकति केही न केही सानसानो एलिमेन्ट्स हरु पनि सायद हामीले त्यहाँबाट आइडियाज लिएर हाम्रो घरमा एड गर्न सक्छौं. इन्टायर फर्निशिङ इन्टायर रुमै चेन्ज गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन बट सानसानो एलिमेन्ट हामीले एड अप गरे भने पनि we can definitely give that vibe, we can definitely give that touch of our cultural जुन नेपालीपन को चाहिँ अलिकति हामीले vibe पनि दिन सक्छौं. So अहिलेको लागि let's have a look at the pictures, let's get some more ideas and I'll be waiting for you right here. Well, I just tend to fall in love with all those, ancient, typical Newari houses because everything is so beautiful. The details are so beautiful, especially the wood carvings, windows, doors. I think everything put together will look very lavish, very rich. If style, if we could incorporate it in our house. But again, it's not possible every time. Pura settings they change, and it might not be practical as well. But you can definitely add up some element, you can definitely add up certain showpiece collections as well to make sure that you have that vibe, the Nepali pan afno gharma pani यहाँले ल्याउन सक्नुहुन्छ र साथसाथै अब हेर्ने हो भने त्यो पिक्चर्सहरुमा चाहिँ युजुअली अलिकति कतिपय चाहिँ दरबारहरुको टाइपको पहिला ओल्ड एन्शियन्ट दरबार्सहरु जस्तो पनि सेटिंग्स पनि थियो बट अहिलेको टाइममा it's not possible because of the space, because of the architecture. So you can actually, budget पनि, in fact, budget also plays a big role because अहिले it's very expensive, especially जुन यो आँखी झ्यालहरु बनाउन चाहिँ अहिलेको बजेटमा पनि it costs a lot of money because wooden furniture, wooden carvingsहरुमा चाहिँ it has a lot of effort. The person has to put on a lot of effort and time. So obviously त्यसको price पनि high हुन्छ. So budgetमा पनि it might not be friendly, but these days what you can do is even modern houses you can always go for fusions. You can always go for collaboration of both, best of both worlds भनेको जस्तै you can go for a modern contemporary architecture at the same time अलिकति चाहिँ पहिलाको ancient हाम्रो culturesहरुबाट चाहिँ अलिकति केही न केही essence चाहिँ लिएर आएर if you make a good fusion then that's so much in trend. In fact your house can look very beautiful as well र त्यो एक किसिमको energy, एक किसिमको vibe चाहिँ पक्कै पनि त्यसले पनि दिन्छ. So with that it's time that I take another break. Break पछि we have something related to fashion. So all of you fashionistas who are watching our show, stay tuned because break pasi we're going to talk about leather in fashion. Welcome back. You're watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai, which comes to you every Sunday to Friday. 12:30 बजेदेखि 1:30 बजेसम्म हामी आउँछौं with various topics, with various new ideas. र आज पनि we have so many new information for you. र especially your winter season ma, I think a fashion statement पनि, it's very important because you have to look good, you have to stay warm also at the same time, and it could be a very tricky combination. किनभने usually winter ma we like putting on a lot of layers, we like wearing a lot of blacks, but at the same time त्यही कुरालाई पनि कसरी fashionable way मा लगाउने, त्यही कुरामा पनि कसरी आफू stand out हुने भन्ने बारेमा पनि हामी सानसानो टिप्सहरु डेली दिने पनि गरिरहेको छौं. र आज पनि we are back with this fashion segment where I'm going to give you some tips regarding leather. Now, मलाई personally I love leathers, I love furs, especially winter. But you can actually see I'm wearing a combination of fur and leather today. So yeah, for me it's winter is all about wearing leather, especially boots ma hoस् or jackets ma, long coatहरुमा पनि, or in fact even gloves ma pani I love wearing leather because it keeps you very warm र एकदमै winter मा अलिकति edgy look पनि देखाउँछ. र at the same time leather could also be from a casual leather jacket that you wear in daytime to a classy, sophisticated leather coat that you can wear at night. So it all depends on how you wear it. It all depends on what you wear it with, what you pair it up with. भन्ने बारेमा पनि एकदमै यसले define पनि गरिरहेको हुन्छ. र leather भन्ने बित्तिकै मलाई चाहिँ एकदमै मनपर्ने combination is always leather boots. I love wearing leather skirt as well. Leather skirt पनि if you wear it properly, it's very stylish. But if you overdo it, then it can be a little tacky. So you have to make sure कि कसरी लगाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ. So you have to plan it in your head first. You have to look in the mirror and see if it looks good or not. If it looks too flashy, कि अलिकति subtle way मा कसरी लगाउन सक्छ भन्ने पनि we have to think of it as well. र leather यदि यहाँले skirt लगाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ again make sure कि आफुलाई comfortable हुने length मा त्यो skirt लगाउनुस्. र साथसाथै माथि चाहिँ you can always pair it up with a loose sweater. I usually prefer it with a high neck as well. माथिसम्म आउने high neck एउटा solid color को high neck सँग पनि लगाउन सक्नुहुन्छ. If you're wearing a black skirt, then maybe अलिकति brown, red, yellow, whatever color, in fact colorful मा पनि you can go with it, or a simple black high neck, a turtleneck is also really nice. र similarly अर्को भनेको चाहिँ loose sweaters पनि लगाउन सक्नुहुन्छ, which can be off shoulder shoulders, which can be one shoulder cut bhayeko designs ma pani it is available र त्योसँग पनि लगाउँदा it is definitely gonna stand out र साथसाथै leather को colors haru pani it does not only have to be black and brown all the time. In fact अहिले the red color ko leathers are also in. Brown ma pani there are 50 shades of brown, like literally 50 shades, so you can go for lighter shades of brown, you can go for butterscotch, or you can go for a little chocolatey brown, you can go for a little tan color pani bhaniन्छ, which kind of looks like alikati red color jasto pani देखिन्छ, something like our table right here. So yeah, you can go for beige like our sofa right here. So like I said, there are 50 shades of browns, there are grays. Grey leather is also very much in trend. र साथसाथै leather ko jacket matra hoina ki leather ko pants haru pani you know, people prefer it if you have the confidence, if you think you can carry it off, then leather pants are also a good option, but just make sure that you don't team it up with, you know, entire everything leather ko matra lagaउँदाखेरि it might look tacky. So make sure what you can handle bhanera, you know it best for your personality, whatever suits, that's nice for you. र अहिले चाहिँ जुन यो leather लगाउने you know, क्रममा पनि अहिले एकदमै personalized or customized jackets haru, belts haru लगाउने पनि चलन छ. You can actually get it printed, कतिपय चाहिँ, you know, even printed designs मा पनि available हुन्छ. अलिकति you know, washed jeans भनेको जस्तै leather मा पनि त्यस्तो किसिमको patterns haru are in. In fact you know, different designs मा you can wear at different cuts मा, and you can always customize it as well. र एउटा एकदमै interesting कुरा भनेको चाहिँ leather has been very popular since 3000 BC. So that is a long time ago. र leather 3000 BC देखि अहिलेसम्म पनि in fact it's very much in trend. Back then even Romans, let's say, they used to you know, use leather you know, as sails in their boats, or एउटा weapon को लागि जुन you know, एउटा covers हरुको रूपमा पनि use भइन्थ्यो भने अहिले चाहिँ you know, tents हरुको रूपमा weapons हरुको use हुन्थ्यो भने अहिले चाहिँ mostly fashion मा leathers हरु use भएको हामी देख्छौं. Even bags, in fact bags or suitcase, even for men, a lot of men prefer wallets and bags made out of leather. So अहिलेको लागि I think it's time that we have a look at some of the very stylish items made up of leather, and after that we'll be right back in conversation. Alright, so yes, leather ko different types of wardrobe materials, different types of clothing चाहिँ हामीले देख्यौं त्यो पिक्चर्सहरुमा पनि र अघि मैले इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कुरा भनेको थिए कि back in 3000 BC also leathers were used भनेर. But another really interesting thing is also in the 17th century, which is also long time back, 17th century मा चाहिँ leather was also used as wallpapers for your house. In fact, you know, Florence or Venice or Italy मा चाहिँ wallpapers को रूपमा पनि leather लाई use गरिन्थ्यो, which I think was, you know, quite interesting. It might be very interesting to see it if it ever comes back in trend. But for now, let's stick to fashion. Let's stick to wearing leather र कसरी लगाउन सकिन्छ भनेर र हाम्रो पिक्चर्सहरुमा पनि देख्यौं कि you know, different colors ma, different designs ma pani leather use huncha bhanera. तर एउटा अर्को interesting fact के छ भने चाहिँ white leather, in fact pure leather ma white color produce गर्न चाहिँ is one of the most difficult task किनभने if the leather quality or if the hide जुन leather बनाउन hide चाहिन्छ, if that is not of the good quality, then the white coloring use गर्दाखेरि, white dye use गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it will actually end up being very dry and very brittle, easily crack हुने किसिमको पनि हुन सक्छ. So yeah, I think if you have a white leather, then you're very lucky because it is very, very difficult to get as well. र साथसाथै जुन यो leather को कुरा गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ you know, Italy मा चाहिँ leather, Italy को leather चाहिँ it is renowned all over the world as well. र साथसाथै it is the second most important source of revenue पनि Italy मा चाहिँ after machinery र equipments. And yeah, it is also the second in world exports of clothing for leather and goods after giant exporter China. So China पछि सबैभन्दा बेसी exports हुने भनेको पनि Italy बाट नै रहेछ. र again talking about leather, how to clean it भन्ने बारेमा चाहिँ you know, one important rule would always be not to let your leather especially shoes haru चाहिँ damp नहोस् भन्ने, it's very important. You have to make sure कि shrink नहोस्, कतिपय चाहिँ wrinkles haru पनि आउँछ, rough cracks haru पनि आउँछ. So just make sure that you know, make sure कि you know, don't keep it damp and all. र pure leather छ भने चाहिँ you don't need to polish it पनि. I don't think you need to polish it regularly. In fact कतिपय चाहिँ polish गरेर झन् बिग्रिन पनि सक्छ. So just clean it with you know, जुन leather conditioners भनेर पनि पाइन्छ leather कै लागि भनेर, or कतिपय चाहिँ हामीले petroleum jelly or cream पनि use गर्न सक्छ. And this is not just, I'm just not making this up, it is actually true. Petroleum jelly or oils haru पनि पाउँछ which can be used and applied on leather किनभने you know, leather भनेको पनि is kind of a skin. So what you can do is you can always rub it and apply it अलिकति softly. र साथसाथै एउटा एकदमै microfiber भएको cloth ले चाहिँ, dry cloth ले, you can always wipe it off. Make sure कि लामो समयपछि सफा गर्नु भन्दा पनि time मा सफा गर्यो भने धुलो जम्ने, फोहोर लाग्ने पनि, there's no time for you know, all of it to get stuck or rigid dirt बन्न पनि time लाग्दैन. So yeah, just make sure that you clean it, make sure you look good, make sure that every winter, since leather is a very good investment, once you invest on a good piece of leather, then years and years को लागि ढुक्क भएर हामीले लगाउन पनि सक्छौं. So yeah, invest in good leather, make sure you look good and stylish. And with that, I think it's time that I say bye-bye. But भोलि फेरि पनि you know, my co-host Laurisa will be back again with something really, really interesting. So stay tuned and keep watching Kantipur TV HD. Until then, have a wonderful day ahead. Stay warm and good day. Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching Ke Aaja Ghar Mai. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and also our videos are uploaded every day on YouTube. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also don't forget to download our app Kantipur TV HD. Thank you and bye-bye.